Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to the Soul Astrology series. Before I get into the teaching part of it here, just for a couple of housekeeping things for you. If you're watching this on the podcast, of which there are many now, I'm linking the YouTube video of the presentation in the description box for you. Just in case you're wondering where the presentation or what screenshots I'm talking about. And the reason I'm presenting this as a presentation, more like a screen share, is so that you can revisit this anytime for a more deeper understanding or more clear understanding, because you know how we all are. We don't absorb everything in one go. Mind keeps drifting and so on and so forth. So I will leave this description box of this podcast on Spotify and Apple with a link, YouTube link. You can click on it for every podcast that you visit, and it will directly take you to the YouTube presentation. Okay, that's one part. In this one, we will be speaking in 4 videos about the heart connection and how it plays out in the different 4 types of signs: earth, fire, air, and water signs. Now I want you to look at this screen very carefully, because the heart connection, what we can see here, is the 4th house in every chart. So the 4th house represents home, heart, mother, homeland, as it is shown over here. Okay, the heart connection for every person. These are the 12 houses as per Vedic Astrology, and as you can see, it is split into the day half, the yellow one, and the night half, which is the moon half, the sun half and the moon half. What does this mean? It means this yellow shaded half is the one where we are giving away our energy to the external world. The blue half, or the moon half, or the night half, is where we are taking our internal energy, where we are being more of ourselves. So this blue triangle of circulation 159 of the heart energy is what we are going to be speaking of for all the ascendants. Okay, so what is this about? Right off the bat, you can see that the heart connection, your heart connection, is reflected as per Vedic Astrology as wanting to make connection with the external world, because 2 points of this triangle are in the external world. Only 1 point is in the internal world. There itself it goes to show that your heart wants to be connected with the external reality in a more free way, in a more open way, in a more vulnerable way, because 8th and 12th houses are all about vulnerability, the sensitive parts. 8th and 12th house are also called the moksha houses, or the liberating houses. Liberation from what? Liberation from ego. So this outward directed focus of the heart itself shows that our heart is here to meld with the rest of the collective, to be in service to the rest of the collective, to lose ourselves in the collective, and that's what feeds the heart back. Okay, that's the first aspect we can see. We are here to bring our heart into the rest of the world in the 8th and 12th houses, which we will see for every type of sign and every ascendant. Now, 8th house, which you can see here, stands for transformation. I've just taken a few of the aspects which I found relevant. Hidden aspects of life, those things which are hidden from plain sight for you. And it also means change of lifestyle, because it's gain of the 7th house. 7th house, you get married. After marriage, your entire lifestyle changes. And through life, as you go to the external world, the day half, so does your life change. You change jobs, you change places, you change your lifestyle after you get married to another human being. So that's the 8th house. It also stands for sexuality. It also stands for wealth you give off to others. See how it plays out. Day half is everything you give to others, to the external reality. 12th house, the another axis of this triangle, stands for loss of relativity. The way you relate to the world is lost here. In the sense, you lose your sense of ego more. There's a more sense of dissolution of ego and more a sense of heart connection which it feeds to. Therefore, it is termed in Vedic texts as gain of spirituality. Loss of one thing is gain of something else. It's always the case. This is lot of loss of materialistic sense to gain of spiritual, being of service to others. That's what 12th house stands for. It also stands for your hidden strengths and weaknesses, which will be revealed in the 12th house for you. Okay, so keep this in mind, and I shall link this with all the other ascendants. Alright, keep watching. For the water signs, beginning with Cancer, all the water signs, we will notice they have karma energy in their heart connections with the world. And it plays out differently in the different signs. In Cancer, the karma energy first starts in the home front with the who, fulfilling the need for connection and companion. The Libra energy is what they need to work with in their home, in their heart, with their mother perhaps, or in their homeland. What do these things mean to you? Do you have a connection with or a companion with your homeland, with your heart? Do you have a connection with your homeland wherever you're staying? Or do you have a connection with another country, another land perhaps? What does home mean to you physically? What does the homeland mean to you physically? This had to be answered by the Cancer ascendant. The Cancer ascendant needs to find that connection first. Fulfilling the need for connection happens in the 4th house. When you say 4th house, connection with the land, connection with the homeland. This is why many Cancerian ascendants can drift away and settle in foreign lands. Why? Because they are not feeling a connection with the land they were born in. Big one there. So once they answer that question in the 4th house, they move into the 8th house of desire. But this is Aquarius energy, this is Sattva and Kama. So they gain connections, they have material gains, they have material connections or loss of them, because transformation, 8th house is a constant house of change. So if transformation happens, if they have near and dear one's loss of life, that can happen in this area because this is a loss of money, loss of connections, transformation happens there for them. Then the Cancer ascendant will discover the hidden aspects of life, or change of lifestyle will provide them new gains, new connections. Either way, it can play out either way. When that happens, they move into the 12th house. In the 12th house, they have Rajas and Kama. So this is where they discover the what. They can discover the real skills, which is to be of service to others, which is to be desiring of service to others. They discover the true essence of their desire in the 12th house, Cancerians really. When they become service to others, losing a bit of their ego, they discover their strengths and also their weakness, which in turn provides them that connection point of who am I doing this for? That's how it's for Cancerians, how it will play out for the Cancer ascendants. Okay. For the Scorpio ascendants, how does the desire, higher desire, play out as heart connections with the rest of the world? In the 4th house, the Scorpio ascendant will have Sattva and Kama, means the purest form of desire, means they need to first seek fulfillment in earth. What are my gains here? Am I gaining something in my home? Am I gaining something with the connections of this land that I'm part of? They develop very strong connections with money gains. Scorpions are very money minded when it comes to their home front, because the desire factor is playing there. They want gains of money, they want gains of real estate, homeland. It also stands for real estate, 4th house. They want real estate, they want connections with people, they want people in their homes. Scorpio ascendants, even though they are about moksha in the 1st house, this is what they truly desire. And when they do that, and when they make the heart connection to that, then they can effectively handle transformation aspects. Remember, Scorpio 8th house is in the 1st house, which is all about transformation. So they're always looking at this house by default. So transformation occurs here for them if they communicate if they communicate their desire more openly, because third house is all about communication, Gemini. If they communicate with their partners about their sexual needs, about their intimacy needs, if they are more vulnerable, the Scorpio, this is a push for them because they are highly secretive. Everything is buried deep inside, as you can see. So when they do that, and if they do that, everything is an if, everything is a choice, folks. Nothing is given in this life and handed to you. You have come here to work the puzzle. So when it happens for the Scorpio, and if it happens for the Scorpio like this, if they truly be open with their partner, truly be open with their sexuality, truly be open with their communications, develop their skills, maybe in the bed, then they move on to the 12th house, because they are recalibrating desire in the collective. You are giving to the collective. Even if it's your intimate partner, it's part of the external, it's not part of you. You are giving this energy to the external in the day. You are giving this energy to the external world. All about this half is external world. So there you go, and you connect to the 12th house. Once you do this effectively, this will be more smooth. I'm trying to make you look at the moksha houses as something smoother ways to go about it. If we don't work this puzzle consciously, the moksha houses, the heart, the 4th house, 8th house and 12th house, it's going to be a rough ride, as it is for most people. Things like wild changes of life, situations, lifestyle, partnerships, ups and downs of relationships, 8th house, ups and downs of loss, health issues, all that will kind of play out, which will force the person into transformation. So we are looking at a milder, more gentler form of transformation here, okay, Scorpios? So for the Scorpio ascendant, Rajas and Kama is fulfilled in the 12th house, meaning the true connection and true companion that they seek will be found here. And then they can have the true gain of spirituality. They need to have a very, very deep connection with their partners, Scorpio. They need to find their deepest connection of moksha point, because they are about 8th house, because desires are playing here in this triangle, as you can see. And desires are playing out as desires in the 8th house and desires in the 12th house. The connection for them is achieved in the 12th houses. For the Scorpio ascendant, it is very, very, very crucial for you to discover a spiritually inclined partner. Don't go in for the ones who are materialistic. You will never make that heart connection that you desire, the gains and connections which you desire. It will never feed you back. Be careful of this. For the Piscean ascendant, they already are feeling empathic, widely open sense of energy field in their ascendant, because it's the loss of ego right from the ascendant. The 12 is in the 1st house. So the Pisces ascendant sees the heart connection first in the discovery of their skills. So they first need to start communicating a lot in their home. Maybe with their mother, maybe with the people of their motherland, or city, or town, or state, or community, with their homeland. They need to make that heart connection, start communicating, start developing their skills. Gemini is coming in the 4th house for them. If they do this effectively, then they move towards the 8th house, where they find the deep, fulfilling connection and companion. Pisces, because they are spiritually liberated in their ascendant, the moksha energy is always present in the grounded way. They can have the deepest sexual desire and the deepest possible intimate connections with an intimate partner through life, because they are having Libran energy here, the pure form of desire which is constantly moving, the Kundalini. Their transformation can occur very nicely if they first know how to communicate. There is an if there. Okay, if you know what your desires are, if you know effectively know how to communicate, then and only then you will find that connection and companion with your intimate partner. It's not going to happen by default, folks. And then they can move into 12th house. If this happens nice and smooth, then they can go to 12th house, and then they can claim all the gains and connections in the world. They can be of spiritual service to the world. Whatever they brought as moksha energy with them, they can be of greater service, but they need to fulfill this bridge. They need to have a proper, intimate connection with a partner. See the energies of the 4th house there, and see the energies of the 8th house here. The discovery of the heart, the connection of the heart with the intimate partner. These two needs to happen for the Pisces ascendant, for their heart to evolve into that spot where they have gains and connections, and which in turn feeds this cycle back. We need to close this loop all the time in every ascendant, right? That's it for me, folks, for this series. Tomorrow we will discuss other aspects. This triangle goes in a lot of ways, so follow this playlist on my YouTube channel. And if you don't know where your ascendant is, you can always get in touch through my Facebook page. My services are listed there. Okay. Meanwhile, take care and have a safe day.